It's currently 2:51 a.m. Where am I now? The web chef one, so that means the web reaction. If I do go back, I'm sorry about those. It is almost 3 a.m. Where am I? So yeah, don't just not work, don't worry. I was wearing my Red Bull jacket and my McLaren shirt, but too tired. You sure it's not even okay? Let's go behind you. Okay. Pedestrians. Me too. Australia. On pedestrian Charles to win. That'd be nice. I'd like to be happy with Max. My ideal podium is Charles, Max, Oscar. That'd be great. That'd be phenomenal. Let's hope Yosh for the win. I'm watching the Grand Prix. It's 3 a.m. Where am I? Can you hear me? Say onion in the chat if you can hear me. Onion. Oh, is that better? Is that better? How's this? Can you hear me now? Dude, what the? Still can hear? Why am I up right now? For F1. Max is coming. I hope so. That'll be fun. Okay. Please say onion in the chat if you can hear me. Hello. Onion, please talk louder. It's almost 3 a.m. where I'm at, so you can't. This is probably the loudest you can hear me. My family's asleep. So, okay, so basically, the Triple S, apparently they had the wrong visa for going to China. So that's the reason why they got detained in China. But apparently it's fixed now. I need to double check if they come back to South Korea. So yeah, there we go.
First visit to the United States and 57 laps to come around a 3.36-mile track that runs around the edge
Highlights.
of this
This is probably
great
going to be like a
stadium.
reading.
There are 19 corners, 12 to the left and 7 to the
Probably
right.
won't talk much.
There are only 3 key braking events. There's overtake detection to give you an extra boost if you're within a second of the car in front. And there are eyes looking at the sky and the track at the same time. The tyre compound, C5 soft, C4 medium and C3 hard, same as last year. It was bright sunshine last year for the Grand Prix with its cloud cover and a possible threat of rain here this afternoon. And before we get going, it is bone crushing. Let's keep our fingers crossed it lasts throughout that 57 laps. Here's the starting grid then for today's race. We have 21 on it because Isaac Adjar is starting from the pit lane.
The people is causing concern among fans regarding train schedule. Resolved. They're all back in South Korea.
Was out in Q1 for the first time in his rookie season. Alex Albon got out of Q1 for the first time since Australia. Esteban Ocon got out qualified 3-1 by his teammate Ollie Behrman this season in Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz alongside him in 13th. Behrman starting 12th. Liam Lawson has his highest start since Australia in 11th. And Nico Hulkenberg gets the first top 10 start this year. Austrian Colapinto out-qualified Pierre Gasly for the second time this weekend.
Hadjar got disqualified, right?
Into the top 10 in qualifying for only the second time. It's a disappointing 7th for Oscar Piastri. Lewis Hamilton and George Russell start 6th and 5th, equaling their best start for a Miami Grand Prix. Lando Norris won the sprint race. He starts 4th alongside Charles Leclerc, who finished 3rd yesterday and starts 3rd today. And it's a front row of Max Verstappen, who hadn't previously started higher than 8th this year, and Kimi Antonelli on pole for the first
time, like 2 minutes.
is fast coming.
This is the ultimate overhyping.
But before we reflect on his possible finish, he needs a good start.
After he's on the drive now, he was still listening.
He managed to recover from that with a little bit of luck from with the safety car there. But this is going to be a long and very interesting race, especially if we do get some rain a little bit further down the road, which is what is forecast. But then this is much better than was forecast anyway already, isn't it? So who knows? As the reigning world champion sits on the grid, knowing what he's got to do, and that McLaren's been a fast starter all year.
As has the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc, who's nipped into the lead on lap 1 in Australia, of course, from 4th on the grid. From 3rd on the grid, Lewis Hamilton in China and Piastri in Japan both got into the lead at the start of the race. Kimi Antonelli has dropped places at the start every single time the lights have gone out this season.
Yeah, that really gets in your head. Starts are in your head as much as anything. You could mess a start up on Saturday night for a Sunday. But they press a lot of it now. But of course, you know, these are new power units, completely new cars. But some have aced it more than others. At least they don't have to try and work out what a wet start involves, so they can go through their normal procedures. If it's a wet race, I'd put my money on Max Verstappen this afternoon.
And I think that could be smart money. Medium tyres on every single car on the grid. Isaac Adjar will start on the hard compound tyre. That's not a surprise either. It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in Miami at 6 o'clock back in the UK in the Republic of Ireland.
Formation
lap, viewers on Sky Sports main event. It's time to set forth on the formation lap. Kimi Antonelli wants to get away on with it. Max Verstappen just lagging behind a little touch.
Everyone's going to be here because Hadjar, he's on in the
right at the front with the best chance when the lights go out for what could be a wide open race today. Track temperature, Martin, it's around about 20 degrees cooler than it was in the sprint race. So did anyone do a little gamble on setup maybe for not energizing the tyres quite as much in qualifying that could hinder them today when you might need that energy with the track temperature so cold?
That's what we're here to find out. And I think most of them thought they might be starting in the rain, and that gets quite complicated with these latest regulations, with the wings going up and down in terms of choosing your ride height, where you fly the car along the track. But 21 cars on the grid, all on medium tyres, as you said. One on hard compound tyres, Isaac Hadjar in the pit lane because they found his car a millimetre or two out of the regulations. So, and there he is. So he's allowed to go round and do a formation lap, and then he has to come back in the pit lane. He's got a bit of catching up to do.
Well, he has, which means he can go a little bit faster and maybe warm up his tyres just a touch as well. Max Verstappen, in the first 2 years here in Miami, reigned supreme. This is the 5th Grand Prix to be held.
What happened to Triple S? I guess you guys haven't been listening.
Truly on top. But this season, it's been about Mercedes, who have won the opening 3 Grand Prix of the year. They have never failed to win a world title when they've won the opening 3 Grand Prix of the year. They have looked the strongest team, but Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari bringing big upgrades to the track this weekend. They, Mercedes, waiting until Canada for theirs.
West 203rd Street, they're going down at the moment, also known as the back straight for this weekend. Ted has news.
Thank you, Martin. Yeah, just caught a look at the weather radar on one of the pit walls before I came back into the pit lane, and there is a splodge of rain that's moving
I'm
north
your
of the
biggest
circuit. So it
fan.
looks like we're going to dodge the weather
In my
for now.
room.
Looks like the only thing Kimi Antonelli needs to worry
I
about.
don't have any posters. I
Kimi
only have posters
Antonelli
of me
joined Ayrton
in
Senna
my
and
room.
Michael Schumacher as the only 3 drivers to take their first 3 Grand Prix consecutively. Could join Mika Häkkinen and Damon Hill as the only 3 drivers to win their first 3 Grand Prix consecutively. That is esteemed company to be in.
Absolutely.
Just scaring me,
Yeah,
sorry.
well, they've sort of hung him out to dry a bit out
Use my
front.
hands.
He's turning up on the grid, and they're still busy warming their tyres, so he's backed up a bit, has Kimi, and to keep them, there's my mate from the grid, and yeah, and then he'll sit on front row. Max has turned his car towards Kimi quite a lot, and Kimi's turned his car
I'm
towards
trying
Max
this
a little bit.
situation.
Max with his front tyre just over that yellow line, absolutely perfect. Looks like Kimi Antonelli's done the same thing up to our left, top left of the screen there. So every centimetre counts down to what's a very short run to the first corner.
Absolutely. It's a sellout crowd, and some of the most famous names in the world have turned up here in Miami. But for the next couple of hours, there are 22 stars, and they are driving the cars. Our drivers are set on the grid, ready and waiting
Yes,
for
I'll start
this race. That's the gap between the top 4, who can shoot through the middle and take the lead by the first corner. Green flag has been waved at the back of the grid. We can start the pre-race starting procedure. Let those revs build up. And now we get those 5 lights ahead of the drivers. It's the Miami Grand Prix in 2026. It's lights out and away we go. This time Antonelli does get away a little better.
Good start, Verstappen.
Leclerc.
Leclerc.
And almost into the lead. Look up for Verstappen and Antonelli.
Antonelli just went off the track.
Nearly losing it. He has lost it. He's spun around and is losing places.
Verstappen just spun out. What?
Antonelli does lead this Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton under pressure. Lando Norris is up in the 2nd place. What a start. Piastri is 3rd.
What? Wait, hang on. This is an insane start.
Keep that position that it put too much power in, and around he went.
Charles Leclerc
Wait, Leclerc is leading?
into the lead. Camera was focusing on Kimi Antonelli, but Leclerc was already a long way clear. We didn't quite
Leclerc
see
is clean?
the extent of that. We were
Bro, what is going on?
But that is superb for Leclerc. Antonelli 2nd, then comes Norris and Piastri. George Russell.
Oh my
Pits
gosh.
on the inside.
Gasly.
Turn 11. Oh, they touched. And they
Gasly just touched Hamilton. Guys, Gasly just touched Hamilton. I wish I could give more into the commentary, but it was so... It's been over my head.
Position, and even the way he spun it was clever. But luckily for Max Verstappen, nobody ran into the back of him somehow. But
Oh my gosh, it's already chaotic. It hasn't even started raining.
As the pack had to go
Oh my
around
gosh.
Max's spinning car.
Hamilton's got past Colin Pinto down that back straight, but I'd be amazed if there's not significant damage to that Ferrari. There's Max Verstappen on the inside, and Carlos
Overtaking him.
former teammates of Max Verstappen trying to squeeze through.
Oh,
Alex
Verstappen.
Albon, they take
Did he
advantage of
overtake
that.
both of
They
them?
can switch places.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, Verstappen is being really aggressive. Albon trying to overtake this. Okay, it's really just Verstappen versus the Williams right now.
I think 4 cars that Verstappen had contact with in that first lap.
Let's call up into Chilingering. Oh, he's in there.
Might have a little bit of
They
slamming
also the
on the right
yellow
front corner of his front
liver.
wing, but it looks okay at the moment as we see.
I enjoy
It's
those
the
like
best and the
X-Men
new
heroes.
nose change there for Nico Hulkenberg. Leclerc has made up those places, still in the lead from Antonelli, Norris and Piastri.
Oh my
Russell and
gosh.
Hamilton running fifth and sixth, where they started.
I just learned
Seven
19th
laps
even
to
when we
go.
were having a
Verstappen's
fault
in
early.
ninth, it comes out on a
Thought it was
Gasly.
DQ'd, but I
Sainz
guess
there
not.
and Ocon. Lindblad, Stroll's made up a place.
Slow racing bull there.
Oh, that's a lockup as well.
Now that looked like a
Was that locked up? Was it
did they have contact earlier on,
what's
or
his
was that
name?
just let Max through?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
Liam
not-
Lawson and Max Verstappen, who were teammates, of course, for a couple of
Lindblad.
races
My
last
gosh.
year.
Bad with
Haven't
names.
seen the start of that. Maybe we will.
Oh,
There is
it's in
Ollie
Jimenez.
Behrman now ahead
My
of
gosh.
Esteban Ocon for Haas. This is the advantage that Charles Leclerc's got out in front. And I don't
Leclerc
think
is
he's managed
almost
to
a
extend his
second ahead,
advantage
but
on this
still
opening
second
lap.
up.
I get the feeling
He's
Antonelli is
always
going to be back at him a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a
And
lockup
call
there
it Pinto,
from
seventh.
Piastri. We'll
Amazing.
have to get a replay, but you could see Max had a massive slide. But
Oh,
actually,
just
it went round
he's
on him
gonna
and he
overtake
kept moving
Piastri.
as George Russell then
Looks like he
gets
is.
a run alongside and past Oscar Piastri.
Well, that was neat
Yeah.
from George Russell making his way up into
The
fourth
Mercedes
place
having a
there.
rocket
Piastri
ship.
gained a couple of places from the start, but that McLaren still doesn't look super speedy at the hands of Oscar Piastri, his teammate, a little bit further ahead. But has Piastri saved a bit of energy boost here to try and fight this back on the next stage of the lap? The stewards are going to have a look. Colapinto and Hamilton for that collision at turn 11, where contact was made, and there were certainly bits of carbon fibre coming off.
Yeah, I think they'll probably be looking
Yeah,
at
Colapinto and
Colapinto
Hamilton
sort of thumped
incidents.
quite hard into the side
There was
of
collision
Lewis
there.
Hamilton, but we will get a replay on that, no doubt.
There's the gap between Antonelli and Norris, about 8 tenths of a second. The gap between Leclerc and Antonelli, about 7 tenths of a second. Currently, we're on lap 3 of 57, and it might just settle down a little bit now. But even if we have 3 overtakes on this lap, it will be settling down. And that was a first lap, the likes of which we haven't seen for quite some time. Down the back straight we go now. Charles Leclerc, the active aero, is reducing the drag, and all the cars have got that down the back straight, and then slammed shut as they get the brakes on for turn 17.
Look at the yellow line they're about to cross. That's the overtaking line if they're within a second of the car in front, and Antonelli was just, and so was Norris. They get extra power through the entirety of the next lap.
Hadjar has passed Stroll, making his way from the pit lane up into 16th. Charles Leclerc hasn't led a lap in Grand Prix racing since the Australian Grand Prix. He's out in front currently as we sit on board with Lando Norris and Karun Chandhok at Sky Race Control.
Okay.
Yeah, a bit of bad
Oh,
news for
yo,
Lewis
Lando's
Hamilton.
really
That
trying
damage
to
is suspected, Martin, is
catch up to
They
Kimi.
just told him he's losing 10 to 15 points of downforce.
Oh,
So that is a good
that's a
half
team.
a second, maybe even a bit more on every single lap.
And even worse for Lewis Hamilton, no further investigation. Colapinto but causing a collision. Say the stewards down at turn 11, they've given that the racing incident.
Yeah, and Lewis has been on the radio apparently saying,
Sure,
I can't race like
I mean,
this.
it's bending legally. I'm not sure this week.
Antonelli on the outside.
Antonelli almost overtook Charles, but not quite.
He's out in front, but there's just a couple of car lengths between them now. Does he attack down that back straight?
Antonelli looks like
Antonelli really creeping up behind Leclerc.
16 there, that means you can see the concertina effect as the Ferrari pulls away. The gaps Lando Norris a little bit. Norris has got to stay on these two, and that's still a tremendous straight line speed.
I think Kimi's going to overtake.
Surely he can get the job done from there.
I think Kimi overtook.
Yeah,
Kimi overtook Leclerc.
Kimi Antonelli, championship leader of the Miami Grand Prix. But how much energy did he use from his battery and getting that overtake done?
Does look like I overtake Kimi here this straight?
Because he stays ahead into
Oh
turn
no.
one on the brakes, tops up the battery, and should be able now to pull ahead.
I think he'll check out from there.
Can't
Antonelli
really pull through
has
that.
so much speed at the moment, and he loves his racetrack, doesn't he? And he loves his car at the moment. Now we focus on Leclerc and Norris. Verstappen is still just 8 seconds off the lead, incredibly.
Stay with them. Be patient. Let them yo-yo.
That is very good advice from Will Joseph. Let them yo-yo, you protect your tyres for the time being. Alex Albon up into 9th. We just saw that a couple of moments ago, overtaking Liam Lawson down into turn 1. The lead at 3.
Oh my God, Charles.
Turn 11, and Charles Leclerc is on his
Charles
way
was
back out
okay.
into the lead again. If Kimi Antonelli thought he was going to check out, well, check out that. Charles Leclerc retakes the lead.
So Leclerc then gets the overtake facility because the leader doesn't. That means he can keep
No
more
further
speed
investigation
for
of the club
longer.
into
He's allowed to
Hamilton.
harvest an
Okay.
extra half million,
Gasly creeping
whatever
behind
you want to call it.
Lawson.
And that
I mean, Lawson's creeping up behind Albon only one.
for what it's worth, but that's what they were talking about there with the yo-yoing.
Meanwhile, Liam Lawson's under a huge amount of pressure from Pierre Gasly. Max Verstappen's catching Colin Pinto. Leclerc from Antonelli, from Norris going into that heavy pitch. Norris is now putting pressure. That is Isaac Hadjar into the wall.
Oh.
Isaac Hadjar thumps the steering wheel in frustration.
Yeah.
Safety car, of course, with that.
But not for the time being, and Norris has got past Antonelli. Piastri can't get past
They had to
Russell.
just crash
We've got
to
yellow
be out of the
flags waving,
race.
but the safety car as yet hasn't been called, so these drivers free to go out and overtake, and Lando Norris has done just that. Overtake mode has been
Whoa,
disabled
I
for the
was
time
not paying
being.
attention.
Lando
Norris just
Norris up in
overtook.
second place, and that looks like a virtual safety car that has been
Norris
thrown.
overtook him.
And that's another car.
And
Pierre
Gasly just
has gone off at
scored with me as well.
17.
Retired as well.
Glad he says he's okay. I really am glad he says he's okay because he's gone in quite hard.
Yeah. Oh, Gasly's okay. He's climbing out of the car.
All
Safety car has been deployed. Hadjar absolutely frustrated with himself out on P2 Steinberg.
And I think he might have just clipped the wall going into turn 14, and that's what's caused the problem.
Yeah, and I think he's broken the steering arm, and then that's why he's gone straight to the wall on the outside.
Not a good day for the Frenchman. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Chucky. You're the best. Love you.
Thrashing his car, but
oh, the French drivers out of the race.
It's a completely different incident. Gasly ends up upside down. He went up on its side. We'll see that in a moment as well. So
things aren't going well.
Had another incident, which was two drivers getting together, Lawson and Gasly.
That's a pretty cool shot. I think I can show this. Look how cool the shot is. Kinda cinematic. Hey, yo. Write down your predictions on a piece of paper. I was thinking, so basically, my predictions for this race. What I want is like Charles, Piastri, Verstappen. What I think, Charles, Kimi, Lando. I think what's happening in the race right now is going Gasly. He just crashed out and he's out.
Now here's interesting. The call has come now to get into the pit. Now this is an early pit call here.
Okay, early pit call for Verstappen. Only 7 laps. Yeah, I don't really see the strategy there.
Some good track position, even though he might get swamped up a little bit by others for now. They've all got a pit at the moment. Let's check out what happened to Isaac Hadjar.
Oh, clipped something there and just, yeah.
Because he thumped the wall on the left-hand side just before that.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, there was a bounce. And then, yeah, slopped up.
Still a bit of water down there as well after this morning's rain.
Yeah.
Under the flyover.
And it hasn't even started raining, so this is quite the race. Oh, Gasly almost died. Yeah. Did he get clipped by, is that Lawson or Lindblad? I think Lindblad. No, that's Lawson. Oh, let's see. Coming up behind Lawson. He's going to overtake. To the left. Just get a clip, there's Lawson. Oh no, Lawson's. Okay. It looks like he got clipped by Lawson. That is not good. Be a further investigation.
Here's the start. Antonelli,
That start was insane. Yeah, Charles really came through. Charles made Max spun out. Oh my gosh. I think Max spun out, but I didn't know why. The club was able to take Hamilton, I think that's what caused the collision.
Losing it, it's very unusual for him. He was so desperate to try to take the lead.
So the reaction time, good from Kimi Antonelli.
So Kimi started before Charles, but Charles was able to do the overtake.
But he's locked up, but he keeps cadence
And then pushed off the track.
Max gets trigger happy on the throttle.
Max was spun out, but luckily he was able to recover from that.
Carries on. This is going to be great. Don't look away from this. So now Max is, he locks up a little bit. The Ferrari come up the inside of him.
My God.
And Max
That spin is...
panics a little bit almost with Leclerc on his inside. Lewis goes across the curb.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Verstappen cost out Charles.
He just got too punchy on the throttle, and I think he got a little bit alarmed by the Ferrari on the outside of him. But what he did next was genius.
Well, this is Charles Leclerc, who disappeared out of sight after this moment.
Yeah, my prediction.
So the camera didn't catch him and pick him up. He was focusing on Kimi Antonelli, who was second, but the leader was a long, long way away. Verstappen apologising for the incident. Let's have a look on board now with Lando Norris. Oh, I tell you, Max squeezed him a bit there.
That's why Max went to the right. We saw him go to the right. I didn't realise it was to try and put Lando effectively in the wall.
Yeah, I don't think much is going to change with the race.
Correcting the car when it had done its 360, and then sort of still managing to get some forward momentum and not get run into.
And this is Colin Pinto on the inside, Hamilton on the outside. No further investigation, say the stewards. Lewis Hamilton losing 15 to 20 points of downforce. That's not going to help his tyres.
Tyres look like.
Verstappen now with Liam Lawson. There's more rubbing.
Oh shit! Oh gosh! Lawson and Verstappen making contact. Former teammates as well.
The incident with Pierre Gasly, which is under investigation for causing a collision. Carlos Sainz making moves and up into 9th place in the opening few laps. And even he's finding it hard to stop the car at times. With Max Verstappen coming down the inside.
He thinks he can do whatever he wants just because he's racing the midfield.
Late braking for Max. Was it fair?
Carlos trying to call out Max there.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it was damn dear stuff on the brakes, wasn't it? But there was no contact. He stayed within the race.
What was that?
Isaac Hadjar. That's the racing balls of Arvid Lindblad that he's just overtaken. But he's now out of the race because of this incident where he clips the wall round about this one here.
Oh, yeah, clips the wall.
Steering arm.
And then knocked out. Yeah.
2 inches.
Yeah, it's you kind of almost aim at it. No, it's a bit like Monaco. It's a bit like coming into the chicane at Monaco.
What's happening?
Look and see who else is going to come into the pits during this safety.
Well, not many, to be fair. Ted Kravitz is down there.
A couple to retire. So Liam Lawson, his car was damaged. They told him to come in to retire. So I'd imagine probably that might be a penalty in Canada.
Gasly's retired and Hadjar's retired.
So he might get a grid penalty in Canada because he hasn't finished this race. Nico Hülkenberg, we believe, has got a problem. He's in the pits as well. Bottas pitted for strategic reasons. And of course, we saw Verstappen in for strategic reasons make the hard tire.
It's too early to pit for a lot of the others.
Hülkenberg recharging? Can you do that?
Karun, what have you got?
That's right, Ed. I was listening on the team radio to the McLaren pit wall. Both drivers were asked, would you like to pit at this stage? And they both thought it was too early.
I mean, we have a set of rain 20 minutes away. We keep an eye on it. Set of rain 20 minutes away.
Sovereign 20 minutes away.
So the conversation that went back from Will Joseph to Lando Norris was, do what the car in front does. Leclerc stayed out, therefore Norris, and everyone else stayed out.
Alright, now do the safety car.
Down in 60.
It's either going to stay or we're going to see a whole new formation. People trying to overtake each other and stuff. Pretty sure all the barriers are charged up. They overtake one in
To build a pit stop
the last round.
anyway. Zach Brown now on the pit wall.
So, Zach, CEO at McLaren, that could have gone a lot worse at the start there. Lando Norris taking second place, Piastri moving up into 5th. It was all going on, wasn't it?
It was definitely an exciting start. It's an exciting race so far. So looking forward to getting the safety car in and get the show back together.
Any concerns with Max back
Thoughts
there?
on
We
Zach
might
Brown?
damage his tyres with his
Anyone in the chat
adventures in the
cares?
first corner or two, but any concern with him back there having a strategic advantage now?
Not yet, but usually that comes back to bite you later in the race. But sitting here right now, I think we're comfortable with our strategy, seeing when and if the rain may come. So looking at multiple things at the moment.
I was going to ask Zach, as tempting as it might have been to take a cheap pit stop, are you thinking the weather radar could play a part in strategy more than getting rid of the mediums onto the hards today?
Yeah, definitely. I think you might have rain in the next 30 minutes or so. It looks like it's kind of skating around the circuit, but yeah, that's definitely part of the consideration going on.
Thanks, Zach. And we'll come back to you later. There's something I want to talk about here in the controversy with Korea as well. So, is this 2 seconds?
After there's a possible short shower on lap 25, that could be heavy but not long durating.
So you might, like Sam brought that start a few years ago, you might just have to bear it on the dry tyres for a bit.
So what's interesting
Liam Lawson's at the race, at the car. He's talking with the engineers, mechanics. I think engineers, yeah.
Completely overtake mode, do you think, that's going on there?
I think so. I think he used a lot of energy to get right up behind Leclerc in the dirty air, then get past him. And then
just
it
role
takes
playing
a lap, maybe a lap and a half to top the pack back up. The problem at that point is
F1
he was not
drivers.
just finding Leclerc, but also Lando.
That's kind of
I
funny.
think that's the game that they've all got to play.
And that also makes even more sense of the message to Lando of let them yo-yo around, wasting their energy, and don't join in and don't burn your tyres out.
Yeah, you be patient. I mean, this part of the track, the back straight where we're going now, you use up a lot of your energy there. You are a bit of a sitting duck out of the hairpin going towards turn 1 because you're not topping up your battery enough to compete on even terms with those that haven't used as much boost. It is all tactical and strategic in 2026.
Yeah, what they've learned, I think, this year is if you go away from the racing line and therefore the ideal line, your speed comes down a bit. Not only are you slower coming out of the corner, but you waste more energy to get back up to speed. So they're having to think about their positioning in wheel-to-wheel battle, also from an energy perspective, not just momentum.
Thanks ever so much, Karun. 11 laps. Well, we're on a lap 11 of 57 here. Those that have dived into the pits, Liam Lawson, and he stayed there. Nico Hulkenberg twice, and he is going to stay there as well. So they're also out of this race. Valtteri Bottas, and probably more importantly to what might come later on, Max Verstappen. Everyone else has stayed out. We're expecting a bit of rain in about 20 minutes or so. How heavy that is, it might
Rain
be
wasn't
a very
happening.
short shower.
There's already 2 crashes, 4 times,
Or you might need to come
all
in
the time.
and change to the intermediates. Safety car is going to come in at the end of this lap. And
I don't
we
know
get
what
racing
anything else
again.
is saying.
And
It's on
Charles
this
Leclerc will be
sports
heading the
series.
83% chance of a safety car here, and it's 100% in this race already, and that's because there's such high speeds around the walls, and it's a street circuit really, but with sort of Silverstone speeds in places.
Liam Lawson and Pierre Gasly will go and see the stewards after this race, and they'll discuss the incident that took Gasly out, where Liam Lawson clipped him and he went over and into the barriers, and Isaac Hadjar is the other retiree.
It wasn't wild by Lawson, it wasn't careless. It was, but he did lose control of his car. Yeah, effectively, that is what the stewards will be looking at, and he was given enough racing room, so he failed to keep complete control of his car. But it was far from reckless what he did. It just looked a bit spectacular, the end result of it.
Yeah, kind of one of those accidental, kind of clumsy challenges that in the Premier League yesterday didn't result in a penalty, but it might result in a penalty in Formula One.
Well, he was being overtaken, of course. It wasn't like he was lunging to overtake in that situation.
Quite right. Charles Leclerc has the pack all just behind him. He's got to decide when to go. Now, once upon a time, he might have wanted to go before the hairpin. With the safety car safely back in the pit lane, but he might want to leave it a little bit later this year.
We've seen them
Okay, safety car's gone now. Let's see how it's going to go.
Get away with it. They don't want to slipstream somebody.
Okay,
All the way that he's gone.
they're very close together.
He has now, and I don't think he went at an opportunist moment that no one was expecting, but he's got a bit of a jump and he should survive this. Down towards turn one, Lando Norris has Kimi Antonelli a bit closer to him. Into turn one we go. Leclerc, Norris, Antonelli,
Piastri just overtake George.
Piastri almost leaves the track, keeps his place,
Piastri
and now
overtakes
Lewis
George.
Hamilton is going to put pressure on George Russell, who thought an overtake was possible, and now he's thinking defense here in Miami. Russell stays ahead of Hamilton,
That's insane.
then comes Albon Sainz and Behrman.
I don't think that Lewis has got the downforce, as he hasn't got the grip to start having battles like that, unfortunately, due to the damage on his car.
Yeah, George Russell, though.
Yes, he has. Okay. I was not surprised there.
And he could get him, but he's going to have to think again. Down in 15th now, Max Verstappen. He's overtaken Lance Stroll. He's on the hard tyre, but that could see him through to the end of the race. Colin Pinto putting Hamilton under pressure where they collided.
Colin Pinto putting pressure on Hamilton. That is a feasible thing to do. Alex Saab is 38 and whatever. Watching that one. This is also great. This is a great race.
So what that was actually Piastri getting past Russell net because he restarted behind him. So clearly,
Verstappen's going to overtake multiple.
in a very animated way, quite upset about that.
Flipping round the rear wing of Charles Leclerc.
Okay.
180
Charles
wing.
trying to defend
We can
against
watch
Norris.
now as he gets on the power and Lando Norris goes to follow him. Verstappen 15th. There's Portoletto on the outside. Verstappen up into 14th. Here comes Lando Norris to our race leader, but it's a 3 or 4 car lengths behind into turn one.
Okay.
And Antonelli is sticking to the back of these two and keeping them very
Norris
keen
still
and
has the pass of
interested.
that.
So slippery track in sector 14, so whether there's a bit of debris and a little bit of carbon fibre confetti down there, we'll find out when we get round there. But wow, this looks like a really intense race unfolding here, doesn't it? There's so many drivers right in the picture, and we'll keep an eye. Verstappen already up to 13, but I talked about field spread is 10 seconds off the lead now.
Yeah, he's making his way
He's a
through
half
cars
second
you would
behind
expect him to
Lindblad.
overtake, but while he's doing that, he is
Lindblad
still
is
being slowed
2
down.
seconds
Nothing slowing down
behind
Lando Norris.
Ocon.
Goes round the outside of Charles Leclerc and into the lead of the Miami Grand Prix. Third leader
Oh,
we've had
Norris
during the course
leading
of
the
this
race now.
Norris now from Leclerc and Antonelli.
And now, though, Norris will be the one giving the overtake mode coming out of turn 17 to those following. There was the debris on the racetrack.
I'm in the wrong strap mode, guys. Keep an eye out.
Not sure
Russell in the wrong strap mode. Okay.
Message might be from George Russell, who's fifth place and a second now behind Piastri. Here's his teammate Kimi Antonelli gaining down that back straight on Charles Leclerc, picking up that slipstream.
Oh,
And now he thinks
Kimi overtaking Charles. Looks like he has.
He hugs that apex and up into second place.
Action replay of how he overtook Leclerc before. Leclerc trying a little bit harder to come back at him. Has he got some spare energy down the pit straight? Antonelli goes to defend.
Charles.
Leclerc then will
I
have a
think
lovely
he's
sweep into the
teaches
first
over to
corner
Antonelli.
and retakes the position.
I'm not sure turn 17 is the best place to make an overtake in this current generation of Formula One regulations. Might have been last year, but this year you are giving your opponent a chance to get back on terms again by the time we get into turn one, and that's exactly what we saw there. While that was happening, though, it's allowed Lando Norris to ease out over a second clear of Charles Leclerc in second place.
That means Leclerc would not have overtake mode if it's like this at turn 17, but Antonelli will. But do you remember yesterday in the sprint when Norris got out front?
Oh,
and
can he
Antonelli
overtake
is still
Charles
having to
again? It looks like he has.
against the
Oh,
Ferrari.
Charles
Side-by-side
overtaking.
racing, this
No.
is great.
Little tweaks to the regulations. We're still seeing lots of passes in the opening stages of a Grand Prix. And here's another one for you. Kimi Antonelli up in the second place from Charles Leclerc. Verstappen's in 12. Arvid Lindblad saying he was losing a bit of power. He's being investigated for forcing another driver off the
Well,
track.
Piastri's fourth. Oh, yeah, he's had to go up.
With the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc that led the resumption of this race and is now down in third place. And he is not making the gains on that Mercedes that the Mercedes was making on him last time they went down the back straight.
Let's see there. This is the detection line for overtake. Let's see if he can have a little. You can see his battery depleting on the graphics there as they go down the pit straight.
Only
And
half
then
a
as
second
they brake
behind.
hard, it starts filling back up again through the corners. And what we changed this weekend, I think,
right
this was
behind
a
it.
circuit that was going to be better for these latest power units. But
I look sad.
Piastri
I
and
know.
Russell for a while. Piastri is extending his advantage over George Russell here in fourth place, and Hamilton is right on the tail of George Russell. Karun Chandhok at Sky Race Controllers. Verstappen gets past Ocon and up into 11th.
Properly, just to underline your point about turn
No,
17,
Verstappen.
Will Joseph advised Lando, I suggest you keep the boost for the exit of turn 8 on the run down to turn 11, and that's where he took the lead. So I think you're right. They're having to think of different places to overtake.
Nothing wrong with that at all. We can see now from the rear wing of Ollie Fairman, Verstappen catching him. There goes Oscar Piastri, and behind him, Russell and Hamilton in very close proximity.
When Russell said, I'm in the wrong strat mode, it'd probably be safety car restart mode, and he's not got out of that. He's saying, well, you haven't reminded me, you haven't told me from the pit wall. They might be sitting there thinking, well, you didn't do it either. But it's a fair point. There's a lot of people
Oh my
looking
God,
at all of that.
Verstappen is really
And
creeping on board.
George then, but still,
Actually, last race is a very bad one. So.
hanging on in there. But I don't know, my brain would fry trying to do what the drivers are doing, driving the race cars at 210 miles an hour between the walls, and second, we're just working out how to use their battery better than the drivers around them.
Max Verstappen was just watching there, getting past Ollie Fairman, and Ollie Fairman then going off, going too deep down into that hairpin. We've got a yellow flag out. That might have been for Fairman just leaving the road momentarily, but Verstappen is now up into the points. He is 12 seconds off the lead here, but a pit stop's going to lose you 20 seconds, and he might not need to pit again. Longest stint on the hard tyre last year here was 36 laps. Max Verstappen's tyres are already 9 laps old, but some of that obviously was behind the safety car. Just watch for Verstappen in the latter stages of this race.
Yeah, pit stop, you say 20 seconds. He's 12 seconds off the lead, so they'll be keeping an eye on him. It really depends whether it rains a little bit later on.
It looks like have quite big gaps between each other. It must be actually Russell.
Certainly be. He is making his way back through.
As we talk about Max Verstappen, he has now been noted and will be looked at by the stewards for crossing the line at the pit exit. You've got to come out, wait till that line on the left-hand side has gone before you can cross it. That could be a penalty coming Max Verstappen's way.
It's a bit like pit lane speed limit, mostly based on a fact rather than a feeling.
And he'll have a feeling that whatever he tries himself, the unit might not be going his way. But here's another overtake coming up. Alex Albon this time around. He goes a little deep, Max Verstappen, and Albon is going to fight this one back. Does so. Almost clips a bit. That front wing off as Alex Albon protects his place, 9th place. And what a battle that is. Ocon's been noted for a yellow flag infringement as Max Verstappen steams down the inside at turn 1 and says, this time, Alex Albon, I would like to keep, if you don't mind, that place.
It looks like caution to the wind for Max Verstappen to me. He's just lunging left, right, and centre, sorting it out as he goes along.
Charles Leclerc getting all loose and leery in his chase behind Antonelli, and he's been passed now by Piastri. He looks fine as he went way too wide. He's going to try and fight that one back again, and it looks like he has done.
Oh, no works back in third.
Leclerc and Piastri within the space of 200 metres, and there's George Russell just closing up a little bit on both of these by a couple of tenths.
And Hamilton hanging in there and still getting the overtake facility as well. So, yeah, we've got top 7, Connor picked at 7, top 7 covered by 9 and a bit seconds. And, yeah, let's see what the weather does. But it's also what the batteries do, isn't it? It's how they're going to work that, because Piastri, it looks like the McLarens are better in race trim, and as we saw in the sprint.
And if you get clean air, as Lando Norris proved yesterday in the sprint, it is worth double the bonus here. He is extending his lead, revolution of the wheel by revolution of the wheel. 2.5 seconds now. Sainz has got Verstappen right on his tail. I said Ocon have been noted for an infringement. So has Albon. So has Alonso. So much going on. I don't know what Karun Chandhok's looking at, but we can find out.
I'm looking at Max Verstappen coming out of the pit lane properly. I think he's going to be in trouble here. I've had a few looks at it. They widened the line, didn't they? They widened the pit exit for today after Friday's running. And to me, I'll just play it here. Race control Mark can have a look too, but it looks to me like he just cut over the edge of the line.
Just a matter of inches but you could be right there. This is the move on Alex Albon. That's what he was a little bit unhappy about. That was very close to the bollard. He then gets that place back, and he has now gone on Verstappen to get past Carlos Sainz, I think. Well, last time I looked at him on the track, he was ahead of Carlos Sainz, and yes, he still is. And there goes Oscar Piastri once again on Charles Leclerc. That's a replay off board. We saw it on board as Leclerc then goes past him.
Albon did absolutely nothing wrong there. Bollard would be the word.
Summed up in one word, Martin Brundle for you, ladies and gentlemen. Right, Ted, down to you.
Looking at over at the Ferrari pit wall, and they're discussing things. It looks like Leclerc's tyres are just going properly. We saw that McLaren has kept their great advantage in keeping tyres alive. These tyres, medium tyres.
We expect a shower in 2 to 3 laps, and we want to survive it. Potentially coming first on sector 2, sector 3.
Yeah, it's just skirting the north of the circuit, and as the radar suggests, it will only be a shower. But the tyres are just giving up on the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc, and Norris and Piastri keeping their tyres in great condition.
Sector 2, by the way, from turn 8 to turn 16, if you are trying to visualize the racetrack here in Miami.
And that's turn 8 you're looking at now, Karun.
They've just told Lando Norris they expect the rain to come later now, lap 40. Will Joseph has said we're going to try and extend on these medium tyres until then. So don't expect pit stops anytime soon. They've just got to manage it. Lando says it all feels good in the car.
Not surprised. He's done a 32.2 first sector. That's half a second or more faster than the 4 drivers behind him. He's absolutely flying out there, Lando Norris.
Yeah, it's not going to be hurting Kimi Antonelli much being behind him either, because he's got some clean air given Lando Norris's pace, and Charles Leclerc has dropped off by nearly 4 seconds to the front 2 as we watch Portoletto getting past David Lindblad. Oh, that was very, very close indeed. But I think he's made that move stick down at turn 12, and he's up in the 13th place as we watch from the rear of Charles Leclerc's car, Oscar Piastri starting to get that much closer to him as well.
Yeah, Karun reminding me it's got race control, track temperature 13 degrees cooler than pretty much at any time we've seen in practice, qualifying and sprint and what have you.
The incident involving Max Verstappen, who is being investigated for failing to cross the line at the pit lane exit, is going to be investigated after the race. I'm just going to say this. I don't understand why. There's a race going on. It's like showing someone a red card after the 90 minutes has ended in a football match. If there's a penalty, do it now so that the driver and the team have a chance to recover and everyone knows what's going on. Because it's not
Yeah,
like
you should pay the penalty during the match, not
or he didn't cross.
after, when everything's all done and said.
When Verstappen gets involved with a fight later on, or for the podium or what have you, or tangled with another car, then I thought the FIA had got remote control facilities looking at these in depth and able to, and unless it's just not crystal clear.
Charging my phone.
Off-board camera, but I if you've done something wrong, you really want to address it.
Also, what's Max going to say if he goes to see the steward? Did you cross the line? No, not at all. That's not going to add or detract anyway from the investigation. Come on. Let's get decisions like that decided. Here comes Max Verstappen on Franco Colapinto. 8th place for Verstappen currently, but I doubt for much longer because he's got much more pace than Colapinto has. Law's box is the call. George Russell, who's in for a pit stop from 5th in this race. And there goes Max Verstappen down the inside on Franco Colapinto. And while that happens, the stewards are also looking at the Verstappen-Albon move a few laps ago. But Albon thought he was being squeezed and then squeezed into the bollard. So it's like a Max Verstappen season ticket at Stewards HQ at the moment.
But Albon was comfortably clear, so uncritical, says his team to George Russell. I guess they're not reacting to. Are they reacting to Verstappen here?
Potentially.
Yeah. So it's important that Russell comes out into some clear air. He's ahead So there's a lot of work to do there with traffic.
I think what they're also saying is you might be a bit vulnerable to maybe Hamilton, who was behind your others. You might want to stop. The uppercut is slightly more powerful here than the overcut, so they've triggered it first and hoping that George Russell, not in terms of trying to gain a place, preserves a place by stopping a bit earlier for fresh time.
But George is going to go straight into two Hasses and two Williams that are having a good squabble. And of course, rain skirting the track as well. They obviously think like McLaren is further away, but Leclerc is reacting then. Ferrari reacting to that pit stop.
Well,
Okay, but
the
what's
weather radar is working right for these teams. Because you're taking a slight chance if it is going to rain and you are going to need intermediates. But Charles Leclerc comes in. It's Norris, Antonelli, Piastri and Hamilton now the top four. Max Verstappen moves up to fifth. Big stop there for Charles Leclerc, 3.7 seconds.
No, right front was slow off. So that's why that was in the threes and not the twos.
Well, that then might just help. This car here in the bottom of your screen, George Russell. Has George Russell managed to get past Charles Leclerc here? He has, you know. And it was only by a couple of tenths of a second. And that 3.7-second stop has not helped Charles Leclerc, who has lost out in the pit stop.
I thought they were rinsing.
Yeah, they were covering off Russell. But, yeah, if you watch it again, the right front was very slow coming away. And then the rest of the pit stop was okay. But that's cost him track position. But they seem to be... It seems odd, doesn't it, to pit now? If they think there's going to be rain any moment now, it could be a wasted pit stop. So Verstappen then 16 seconds off the lead now, lapping in the 1:33.
Still.
No further investigation between Alonso and Verstappen at turn 18. I think that's absolutely right.
Russell gets past Ocon.
Why did you stop? What is the race?
Yeah.
No answer. We'll find out an answer a bit later on. That was a good move. He's put a bit more distance between himself and Charles Leclerc here because Esteban Ocon is holding up Charles Leclerc a bit, going through that tight, twisty section before turn 16. Leclerc will finally get past, but look how many car lengths he has lost past it in that particular moment.
No, but this is the traffic I said that Russell was coming out into. Two Hasses and two Williams. They won't fight like crazy, but you've still got to get past them. And they know it's not their race today.
There's the weather radar, looking at those greens, splodges and the yellows and the reds to see where the rain is. And George Russell has now got himself tucked up right behind Ollie Behrman in the hat. So he's down in 10th place, having made his pit stop. Behrman in 9th. We're on board with George Russell. That's an easy pass on pressure tyres. So obviously Mercedes think he's not going to be slowed down too much, but he's lapping. At the moment, George Russell, 1:32.6.
Possible rain in the next couple of laps should affect turn 7 and 8 first. Could get heavy.
We need to know before you turn into turn 7 if it's wet. There's not much space on the outside there, down near the marina. The fake marina, that is, but it does look lovely down there. Yeah, you absolutely do not want to arrive in turn 7 to find it has already started raining.
Just making his way through the traffic, Karun, he is still pumping in the lap times, George Russell, compared to our race leader, Lando Norris, and the likes of Oscar Piastri and Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, his race engineer, Marcus Dudley, just giving him a bit of a cheer up.
Next time you take this, please speak with me. I'm here as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and if you look at it, Russell, with those quick outlap stops, he's cleared Piastri by a second, they've just told us. So he will end up potentially in that podium position.
It did seem curious that they pitted him. I mean, what he's angry about is he's lost position and he's in traffic and they're struggling to get through the traffic. And still then, George Russell has not cleared the Williams of Alex Albon. This is costing them a lot of time.
I think it's also costing Charles Leclerc more time. That 3.7 seconds that he was stationary, that really has cost him in terms of places on the track and time lost trying to feed your way through it. And because of all this, you're going are staying out. You know, and in terms of Piastri, you're also third. You don't want to give up too much track position from there.
No, you don't. So you've got to assume that look how dirty it is offline. And still Russell's not able to make it happen. Can he steam up the inside here on the brakes with the extra grip he's got? Yes, he can, but it's losing them time, it's using up their tyres, and really, I mean, the Williams are going quite nicely in the race. Ted's got an update for us.
That's the team radio, sorry. I just
No,
heard
no,
the beeps.
just a second.
Okay, what did it say?
It said there's a small rain cell above us, but it's only light.
Yes, it is. So whichever engineer said lap 25, spot on. Crate of champagne to that engineer, because there is a few little spots of rain here in the pit lane. I can still see it coming down, and but it does seem to be coming from the southwest, downtown Miami, and it's just going to pass over us. That's not to mention the rain that's coming later in the race. But for now, those people staying out, Norris, Antonelli, Piastri, Hamilton, right move so far.
Cheers, Ted. Charles Leclerc cleared Alex Albon up into ninth currently. Lando Norris has a gap of about 2.5 seconds out in front. And then there's a gap from Antonelli to about 8.5 seconds back to Oscar Piastri, who's losing about 6/10 to his teammate lap by lap. He hasn't got the speed of Lando Norris here in Miami this year. Lewis Hamilton currently runs in fourth, and he's lapping at the 1 minute 34. Max Verstappen is in fifth and is gaining on Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah. So Max it might be 17 seconds off the lead, but he's a dozen seconds ahead of Russell and Leclerc from getting through that traffic. Max, of course, pitted and he's now 18 laps into his run on those tyres. But no wonder Charles Leclerc's angry. He's losing time, he's in traffic, and he, at one point, appeared to be almost comfortably leading this race. And here he is, down in ninth.
It all might turn around though, and the rain might turn things around a bit. So they got the tyres up to a nice temperature. Will fresher rubber with a decent temperature be better than old tyres that have done 25 laps so far in the case of Norris and Antonelli? And still was Verstappen in it because he failed his pit stop, but he's only 17 seconds off the lead. And as I say, gaining on Lewis Hamilton while Charles Leclerc is keeping tabs with George Russell.
Antonelli just starting to catch Norris as well a little bit. Norris in completely clear air. So that fight is not over, but it's beginning to be a two-horse race, this one.
Is that a bit of rain that we can see around the circuit?
I
think it is. Moving in towards the S's section.
It'll be a
Onto
long
this
time.
long left-hander here. So, lap 26 of 57. Lando Norris leads, the reigning world champion, who hasn't led in any format this season before the sprint race yesterday, is out in front. But Kimi Antonelli has been closing him a bit. There goes Max Verstappen down the inside of Lewis Hamilton. He's got that damage from the earlier contact with Franco Colapinto. That is halting his progress a little bit during this race. I'm sure those rear tyres will be overheating by now. They definitely were in the sprint race yesterday, but Verstappen is right on him. Bortoletto has been told this light rain will last for about 5 laps. The drivers were not hearing complaining too much about the conditions on the track, but flippy wings on both the Ferrari and the Red Bull that spin around 180 degrees, reducing the drag, and that Red Bull in a straight line has the power to make the lunge. Verstappen lunges down the inside on Lewis Hamilton, and for the second time this weekend, both battles Verstappen comes out in front.
Antonelli has pitted. Antonelli pits from second place, comes out behind Verstappen. But of course, Verstappen 20 laps in to those tyres.
Yeah, he will come out just ahead of Franco Colapinto, and that will be important to Kimi Antonelli. But they've decided now they think they can just guess the best
So
rain
we don't know
doing
what's going to happen
is a
here,
good time
but
to make some pit stops. Ollie Fairman's coming
things
into the
could
pits
get
as well. Will
interesting.
Lando Norris
Verstappen has been in
straight
on
away
hard
to
times
at least protect his position
30
ahead of
laps ago.
Kimi
I don't think
Antonelli?
we continue
Because what he
on
does
those
is
times.
to wait a few laps here, Martin Brundle, and come out
That's just
behind the
happening
Mercedes.
because of Verstappen.
It just starts
That's
to
what
rain
I
either,
mean.
but it's certainly, you wouldn't even, there's nothing out there suggests you'd even dream of putting intermediates on. Forget the wets, they will not use those at any point today. But the only time the wets are necessary, it'd be a safety car anyway for visibility. So they're almost passengers on any given weekend. But
And Norris,
Norris is
Norris
gonna
is going to respond. I think he has to respond through.
Yeah, they've said to him, now give it all you've got on this lap. Max Verstappen could end up with the lead of this race because at the moment, 17 seconds, as you say. Do McLaren double stack though, Crofty? Watch out. Piastri's 13 seconds behind. They do have time to double stack if they want.
yeah, he's 10 seconds clear of his teammate, so that's plenty of time. I don't see another set of tyres there, though. It looks like, Lando, they did a good job there because Lando went long, Piastri stays out, Hamilton pits. But yeah, he went a little bit long there, Lando. But these are key moments, very key moments.
Okay, Piastri's out.
Lewis Hamilton coming into the pits.
Piastri has
Making his
broken
way
it.
out
I don't know if they're going to
the
keep
track,
Verstappen
and he is
for
very. We're
the
watching Lewis
rest of the
Hamilton in the
race.
pit lane, but it is so close. There we are, Antonelli
Yeah, the
and
top set guys
Norris,
from
and
lap 7.
Antonelli with his tyres up to heat here might just have got ahead. He has got ahead of Lando Norris. That was a key battle there. They responded straight away, McLaren, but Antonelli put in a decent outlap, and it was quick enough to get that track position ahead of the man who was leading the race.
Here we go then. So, yeah,
Piastri
it was, you have to say, Mercedes blink person came in and it's put them, given them great track position.
Is it possible to let him use the pace now? Use the pace.
So, get a move on Oscar, who finds himself leading this race currently, but right behind Verstappen, Antonelli, and Norris, who have pitted. The key thing to ask here is how long can Max Verstappen go? Can he go to the end on these hard tyres? Will he have the pace at the end of the race on these hard tyres? Because he will, in a moment, be leading this race.
He will, but look at this pair right on his tail. I don't think he'll be leading it for long, frankly, because they're, on their fresh tyres, they ought, and with overtake mode that they get as they cross the yellow line, gives them a little bit more speed for the next lap. I don't think Max will have too many answers to this bit. Look,
Antonelli's under pressure. Norris
Oh,
with a boost
Antonelli fighting back.
coming into that first corner, almost alongside him, and this will protect Verstappen's lead while these two are battling away.
Yeah, you can just see the differences in how they sort of use their energy in any given straight
Okay,
or
the
lap.
weather's still half a
While
second
they
behind
squabble,
Russell.
you're right, Max is out front, feeling the extra grip of some fresh air. Nobody's disturbing the air in front of him, but he's really punished those tyres for 22 laps, hasn't he? Coming back through the field.
And he still might have a penalty coming his way, don't forget, for
Okay,
crossing the
Verstappen
line
has a
at
penalty
the end
points
of
in
the
the
pit
race. He
lane,
should have
and
another.
that's going to be investigated after
And
the race. He's
Antonelli
not leading this race anymore.
Verstappen.
Kimi Antonelli gets past him. He might be third coming out of this next corner. No, he protects that line against Lando Norris. Antonelli making a move before turn 11. Norris is now going to be frustrated before corners.
Yeah, that's painful for Norris. He needs to get past down the back straight if he can. He should have better traction out of here than the Red Bull in front of him, and then a bit of slipstream and a bit of extra power. The Red Concord motor has been pretty genius, but look at the McLaren coming at him. There's nothing Verstappen can do about that. He moves to the middle of the track, tries to make it as hard as he can. Will he try to lunge back? Yes, he will. At which point Norris comes up underneath him, and then presumably in turn 17 and 18 grabs the high ground and does exactly that. But we still got to pay attention all the way down into turn 1. And Lando's wise enough these days to know that Max is going to come back at him, isn't he?
Yeah, he's learnt a lot in the last couple of years as Lando Norris, since he won a world title as well, and he was very patient. And we're on board now with Charles Leclerc, who's just been passed and repassed by George Russell. So Russell in 5th, Leclerc now down in 6th. He's just got ahead of Russell for a brief moment, but Russell's now passed him. And these two are going to be trading positions, I think, between now and the checkered flag. Antonelli leads from Norris, from Verstappen, from Colapinto, who is yet to pit, to remind you. Then comes Russell and Leclerc and Piastri, who have all pitted. Hamilton in 8th, Ocon and Bortoletto 9th and 10th. They have not made a pit stop yet. This is the replay of Oscar Piastri's pit stop. And that front right took a couple of goes to get off, and he will have lost half a second at least because of that. Valtteri Bottas has got a drive-through penalty to let you know for speeding in the pit lane, one of the few decisions that seems to be being made during the race today. Ocon, Albon and Alonso, their yellow flag infringements will be investigated after the race. Charles Leclerc on George Russell now. Down the back straight we go. You can see Oscar Piastri in the distance behind these two.
They worked well, didn't they? Mercedes did well to get Russell in early and give him the track position. It's brought him a little bit back, more into play as Valtteri Bottas gets a drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So that's about 20 seconds pain he's going to take there.
Leclerc coming back.
Yeah, that was sweet.
There you go.
Um,
George Russell thought about defending that one for a moment.
Oh,
Absolutely no
Russell,
chance because Leclerc was blasting past him. And yet another overtake here as Leclerc moves up into the top five. It's a net four with Colapinto still needing to pit. Fastest man on the track is Oscar Piastri. George Russell is now getting back on terms with Charles Leclerc, while his teammate is about a second and a half out in front. Lando Norris has cleared Max Verstappen by about 2.5 seconds. 24 laps old, Verstappen's tyres, and his teammate Isaac Hadjar has come back to the pit wall. He clipped the wall and then went straight on into the next one, and he was the first driver to retire from this race. We've lost Gasly as well, and Lawson and Hulkenberg.
Yeah, actually, that's a stonking lap from him into 1 minute 31s there. That's a second and a half quicker than Leclerc. And Russell ahead of him, Colapinto, who hasn't pitted yet, as you say, up there in P4. But as soon as Antonelli and Norris were past Verstappen, they're back up 2 seconds.
It was a gamble by Red Bull. Verstappen was down in 16th when they pitted behind the safety car. It's a gamble that does, at the moment, seem to be paying off.
But let's remember he was 8th, though, before he pitted, wasn't he, because of the spin. So he was 8th, pitted, and went back to 16th.
Oh, yeah, true.
Because of the spin, he was already sort of down a bit, and Colapinto finally pits.
Which I'm sure he will be very, very glad of on board. With the McLaren of Lando Norris. What do you do here? Just sit patiently, wait for any potential mistakes, or at some stage think, right, I'm going to have to go for this because Kimi Antonelli, once he gets in front, has looked pretty handy, has certainly had pace this weekend, but then, yeah, so have I when I've been in front.
I think that McLaren's got pretty good longevity on his tyres, hasn't it? We saw it in the sprint. We've seen it so far in this Grand Prix. Lando is going to be sitting there feeling confident, actually. He's been able to catch and pass the Mercedes. I don't know how many times. There's been so many overtakes. But, I said before the pit stop started, it was sort of becoming a two-horse race. And it still very much is between these two.
We've had 5 different leaders of the race today. We've had Leclerc, we've had Norris, we've had Piastri, we've had Verstappen, and we've currently got Kimi Antonelli. Zach Brown watching as his man Oscar Piastri gains on George Russell and hoping the other man can gain on Kimi Antonelli. Lot can play out between now and the checkered flag, I think, Zach.
It's been a very exciting race so far, and I think this race is far from over.
In what ways, Zach? What do you think mean by that?
I think Lando's got the pace of Kimi. Oscar's got some great pace here, so I think we've seen five different leaders. I think we've got a race on our hands.
Any more rain forecast that could interrupt things?
Could be, but it looks like it's starting to diminish.
Now that is the best news us neutrals could have heard. Thanks ever so much, Zach. Back with you in a little while. Very much under pressure here from Oscar Piastri.
I started this race twice beforehand.
And he's now within about 4
It's bad for me
the
because I'm from
Mercedes.
Australia.
Lando Norris just reduced the arrears by about a tenth of a second on Kimi Antonelli on this particular.
I hate when people complain like, oh, we shouldn't be
Clarence is really good on that white hot tyre.
They're like back in the day. They were just racing and how weird it was. But like, yeah, they were all death through the time. Like, I don't understand the whole people to genuinely risk the entire life in life just for the race. And yes.
Problem with the paddle, I think, is what Kimi Antonelli was saying there on the gearbox.
What?
And Lando Norris is
Here's the
continuing to reduce the gap slightly by a tenth there or a tenth there.
Having a higher chance of
seconds now if they
sorry
make
if that makes me sound too local, but I just don't want to see my drivers dying and I do all takes me speed and good aggressiveness, but to the point where
this is not where you want to make the overtake today. You want to stick right through to the rear wing of the car in front and chase it all the way down the main straight towards turn 1. Braking zones have been left to the pit in 2026. It was long enough for Piastri to make the lunge. No, it is not. Whatever was going on in the gearbox with Kimi Antonelli seems to have been fixed on this lap because he's extending that advantage over Lando Norris. One McLaren
So,
chasing another. Here's another McLaren chasing Mercedes, and Toto Wolff watching
Oh,
on.
this is the
Whoever
temperature
emerges triumphant in those two battles, at least he's going to be in charge of the engine that's powering us.
Oscar Piastri looks altogether happier now on these tyres in this phase of the Grand Prix. Antonelli's been back on the radio again saying a problem with the throttle as well, apparently. So, yeah, it looks like it's getting its turn towards McLaren's favour, doesn't it?
Sadly, at the moment, Kimi Antonelli's favour, the youngest driver, first teenager ever to lead a world championship, is pulling away from George Russell at the top of those standings. We did wonder how he would handle the pressure of being a championship leader when he returns to racing.
I don't know why I said it like that. But you get what I mean.
So you can see Leclerc, he came through the picture in his Ferrari. He is ahead of these two. But George will be wise enough to know how to use his excess or any battery, but he has to go defensive this time
Piastri.
and keep the McLaren on the outside. Piastri will duck underneath. Will he have better traction? No, he won't.
Well, he's got fresher tyres by about 8 laps. George made a very good fist to getting out of that corner, but he is closer this time to George Russell. He's definitely going to go for it into turn one. Oscar Piastri gets past the Mercedes, and there's no chance to duck under from George Russell and retake that 5th place. Piastri's through.
That's exactly what you want to see. You want to see whatever tools they got, whether it's DRS or we used to have overboost on them, turbos, whatever. Bring the overtake into play, but the driver's got to finish it off. That's what you want to see, and that's what we saw there.
And he finished with a clock. Lando Norris has taken
Antonelli's
advantage in the first sector of this latest lap while he carries on. Ted's got news from the pit.
Typical the rest of the race.
Off Mercedes, and they say they think it's okay now. They think it is the gibble and the paddle, Martin, even though it sounded like throttle.
2 seconds, Ted. George Russell's going for it at turn 11 and has re-got that position from Oscar Piastri. So he's getting wise to the tactics in 2026. And Oscar Piastri is going to have to try again and find another route through. Quickly back to you, Ted.
But Mercedes saying, don't worry about it. It looks okay for now. So don't worry about Kimi. That looks all right, whatever this paddle problem is.
Normally, paddle problem for a Formula One driver is not being able to find a course so that you can practice the new sports they all like. But yeah, it's not a paddle problem Kimi Antonelli wants. But here goes Oscar Piastri on George Russell once more. And this little battle continues on. He's decided Piastri, we can go for it. Down at turn 17. Keep ahead. Lando Norris is still gaining on Kimi Antonelli. He's the fastest man on the track, setting a new fastest lap during the course of this race. Piastri's got 7/10 advantage over George Russell. Antonelli's got an 8/10 advantage over Lando Norris.
Yeah, Norris is so fastest lap. He's also within a second now. He's within the overtake facility, but the measuring point, as I told you before, is on the exit of the hairpin at the end of the back straight. Bit of traffic coming up, Stroll and then Perez coming up for the two challenging for the lead. And this is a pretty technical, tricky little section. Stroll gets out of the way of both of them.
Stroll's teammate, Fernando Alonso, by the way, the only driver still who hasn't pitted in this race. He's run his mediums for 34 laps now. They're waiting for some rain, maybe, or a potential safety car to make that stop. Russell and Piastri getting very, very close, but this time Piastri stays ahead whilst we ride on board with Lando Norris. And he can see the blinking lights of Kimi Antonelli's Mercedes ahead of him, but it stays ahead of him, and he's too far for Lando to make a move.
See Lando turning in really early when he's in the turbulent era, trying to stay out of some of that problem. And yeah, they're 9 seconds clear of Verstappen in 3rd place now, who's starting to hurt a little bit with his tyres. Leclerc will be coming at Verstappen, dragging Piastri and Russell with him. I would imagine if Verstappen tries to hang on to these tyres, that's going to be a good fight towards the closing stages of this Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton, 26 seconds behind now, down in 7th place, carrying that damage. He said in the beginning of the race, I don't think I can race like this, but he's hung on to it, hasn't he? He stayed with it.
Yeah, he's got that 11-second gap back to Franco Colapinto, so he should be okay to preserve that 7th place. There's 20 or so laps to go in this race. Behind Colapinto, Carlos Sainz,
And then
behind him Alexander
couldn't really
Williams
think
on the course at the moment.
Okay.
Well, that will be a decent morale boost for everyone down at Grove. Carl shaved a bit of weight and has looked much handier here in Miami.
It did. Look, when we saw the Verstappen running past Williams, they were really going along
She's
nicely, weren't they?
Like they're dropping quite a bit.
Against just
Okay, Kimmy's on
Get the
trouble.
temperature under control. You should be okay. They've only been on for 10 laps.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Look, just squeeze the throttle. Don't let the rear of the car move around you, mate. What we've got is that orange car in his mirrors. But that Bono, like, calm down. You know what you need to do? You just got to control the surface temperature of those tyres, of the rear tyres, which of course are transmitting all the power, same power unit in these two cars, Mercedes power unit. And Lando, we know, is very good in these situations of looking after your tyres. He's got so much more experience than Antonelli in that respect. But Antonelli has track position and has clear air in front of him.
Yeah, which does make still a massive distance difference, especially in temperatures such as this. It's not as hot here as it was yesterday, for instance, but it's still 28 degrees air temperature, and it's still a lot of heat going through these air intake boxes when you're behind the car in front. And I think Lando there just pulled out to demonstrate that point to the left-hand side to get a bit of cooler air through his car.
Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, you're driving through the hot air discarded off the car in front as well. So careful to clip that more like Ajah did. It's very easy to do, like the barrier in Monaco actually through there. And again, they're now, so they're well clear, this pair. If it's dry to the end of the Grand Prix, they won't need to stop again. This is a straight fight for this Grand Prix between the teenager and the reigning world champion.
Car number 1 against car number 12. Kimi Antonelli out in front. Lando Norris staying through that overtake mode detection zone within that 1 second, and that is helping keep him in touch a little bit as well. Talking on keeping in touch, on his tail is starting to gain now on Alex Albon, or has continued to gain on Alex Albon in the battle for the last points place.
Lando moves out of the slipstream every chance he gets now, from the looks of it, to just keep his car cool. No fans on these cars, they're only cooled by going through the air, so you don't want, if you're constantly travelling in hot air of another car, your car overheats.
Yeah, the fans are all around the side of the racetrack in the sellout crowd here today at the Miami International Autodrome. They've been treated to an absolute thriller, it has to be said. This is the battle for first place. Verstappen currently in the podium spot. His last lap was a 1:33.1. Charles Leclerc was a couple of tenths faster, but only a couple of tenths faster. Piastri continues to gain on Charles Leclerc. He was 4 tenths faster on the previous lap and 4 tenths faster in the first sector of this current lap. Behind Piastri, George Russell has just dropped back a bit from the McLaren. Ted, down to you.
So a couple of things. First of all, Verstappen's tyres holding up very well. If they were going to make a second stop, I think they'd probably do it in the next few laps. I think they probably could stretch it to the end. And showing how resilient these tyres are, still Fernando Alonso. Alonso's teammate Lance Stroll has done 2 stops before Fernando's even done 1. So Fernando really looking after those tyres very well.
Yes, nursing him like he's paid for them.
7 Mercedes powered cars in the top 10 at the moment, telling you that with the regulations and with the changes that have just recently been made on this event,
I'm going to close
Mercedes
my eyes for a bit.
pretty much acing it. That's going all nicely too.
17 more laps, so I'll be back after you. See you about 50.
In the company of Lando Norris. Rather
Okay,
like
with
this circuit won the sprint race
I'm close
yesterday
my
at
eyes
the
for a
Grand
bit.
Prix here in 2024. He started 5th on the grid, so he started 4th. He's currently running in 2nd place. McLaren with some big upgrades have come back to take the fight to Mercedes, but Mercedes are very much still out in front, still holding on to their advantage as the top constructor and team in Formula One, and their big upgrade is to come in Montreal next time out. That could be worth that upgrade, anything between and a half a second, 6/10 of a second if the reports are to be believed.
So is Lando biding his time, sitting there, working out where Antonelli's fast, where he's not? Quite so fast, or is he hanging on? I just don't know. He's certainly gapping back, but we have seen him trying to cool his car down a little bit. So maybe there's a long way to go yet. Maybe he's happy being a little bit further behind.
Still a back marker needs to be lapped. Antonelli on Fernando Alonso, and he gets that move done before turn one. And Alonso, I think, keeps out of the way of Antonelli into the first corner. But Norris gained about 4/10 in that particular move.
Yeah, Fernando, he knows how important it is to win races and to win championships and not have it spoiled by back markers. He's not in a fast car. He is absolutely not going to bother. He's not going to get in anybody's way. It's exactly what you'd expect of a true pro, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's where you come across the back marker sometimes that can influence things by a tenth here or a tenth there. Last lap, we saw Lando Norris make up a fair amount during the final sector. In the middle sector, Antonelli seems to be holding his own, if not bettering the McLaren. Elsewhere, behind these, who's making moves? Who's got the pace? Hamilton comfortably holding off Franco Colapinto in terms of lap times at the moment. In fact, Hamilton was about 3 tenths faster on the previous lap. Ollie Behrman's about 10 quicker than Alex Albon in that battle for the last points place. Sainz is well ahead of his teammate Albon. Portoletto is gaining on Esteban Ocon. He's not within a second as yet. Fernando Alonso still waits for that pit stop.
Right, Lando, we haven't had a lead change for a while.
Yeah, do us a favour.
We haven't yet. let's get some wheel-to-wheel action going at the very front of the Grand Prix. But Antonelli seems to sort of
update. Verstappen had done 34 laps on the hard, still doing 33.5 at the moment. We are forecast to catch him by the end of the race.
4 tenths of difference between Verstappen and Russell on lap 40, and as Russell crosses the line, he's just gone significantly quicker, actually, by about 9 tenths of a second to Max Verstappen. I wonder if those tyres have gone off the cliff a little bit, Martin. 35 laps he's done. As I mentioned earlier, it was about 36 laps, the biggest thing we had on those hard tyres last year.
Well, we've seen how feisty Max has been all day in attack and defence. I'm quite looking forward to Leclerc, Piastri and Russell catching him. Karun's got more information.
Yeah, I think he's gone off the cliff a bit, hasn't he, Max? He's lost 3 seconds to Leclerc in the last 4 laps. So he's done a lot of tyre whispering, Max, in the 35 laps. But it might start to be a challenge now.
Let's remind our friends at home what off the cliff means.
Of course, it means it gets to a point where the tyres are starting to degrade in a progressive way, but eventually it gets to a point where they start losing chunks of performance and lap time, and that allows your challengers to catch you at a higher rate.
Beautifully explained. Thank you very much, Karun Shandov. Another lap goes by. Another lap closer to the checkered flag for Kimi Antonelli, aiming for Grand Prix history here in Miami this afternoon. He's taken his first 3 poles in consecutive races. He's won 2 of those races from pole.
Just almost sliding everywhere. Hey,
Whilst his teammate is getting all the sliding, Kimi Antonelli is slithering his way, snaking his way through those corners and onto a potential 3rd career Grand Prix victory, and taking it from his first 3 Grand Prix poles. And no driver has ever done that in the history of Formula One.
And this is a big moment if Mercedes win this race, because they know they're out of sync with the upgrades, as you were just explaining with regard to Montreal. Although I don't believe McLaren are taking some bits and pieces too, but this was the big ace card that Ferrari and McLaren played this weekend. If Mercedes still win, I can understand why George Russell is pretty angsty out there. He's thick end of half a minute behind his teammate, and he hasn't got any grip, and he's not happy.
Very much so. He knew he was in a fight for this championship and had all the respect in the world for Kimi Antonelli before he came to Miami, and he very much ignores, will admit now, that fight is real. Valtteri Bottas has just been shown a black and white flag for ignoring blue flags. He colour showed at one time there, I think.
And Lando Norris then outside of the overtake 1 second section zone now, so does not get the benefit of a bit more power and a bit more speed.
Leclerc should catch Verstappen in around 3 laps and start getting tasty ahead.
Yes, because if Leclerc gets a bit held up, then that might be an opportunity for you, young Oscar. And he's another one that's lagging behind his teammate a little bit. Talking about George Russell and Antonelli, Piastri and Norris, I think have a bit similar.
Yeah, judging by the last lap, Leclerc will be on Verstappen in 2 laps' time. If he keeps that sort of pace up, just on a personal best, Charles Leclerc, and dragging Piastri and to an extent Russell along with him.
There's your race leader, Kimi Antonelli, as your world champion, and driver in second place, Lando Norris. Whatever happens from here on in, whether Lando wins this race or not, at least he won't be finishing fifth, where he's finished both of his starts in 2026 so far.
Kind of feels at the moment Lando doesn't have an answer to Antonelli's, Kimi Antonelli's speed, doesn't it?
Well, the gap is now around 2 seconds, Martin. It's maybe Kimi has found his groove a little bit, found his swagger a little bit.
Those rear tyres.
Yeah, cooled them down, and that's helping him. He's got a back marker ahead of him. The one remaining Racing Bull still running, that's Arvid Lindblad. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc can see a car ahead. That car ahead is Max Verstappen, who pitted some 37 laps ago to put those hard tyres on. They went Red Bull, if I can use NFL parlance, with the Hail Mary strategy. Gone long for this particular race. And it might just pay dividends in getting them a few more spots, but it might not give them the podium that they thought could have been possible. Helped out a bit by running some laps behind the safety car, but Verstappen's having to use all his 4 titles worth of experience here to keep that car as quick as he can.
And all 4 tyres at one point or another. Yes, suddenly barging his way through, but it's been spectacular and very Max see how hard he wants to defend, and indeed if he can defend towards the end of some of these straights.
Worth pointing out as well, Kimi Antonelli losing places at the start again, but on course to keep up the record this year of every race being won from pole, and him winning from pole for 3 races in a row. It isn't where you start, it's where you finish. I just wonder how concerned he'll be about some of those race starts, because it comes good eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Antonelli, again.
Watch track limits, please. He's gone up at least twice now.
But he hasn't been noted as going off track limits, though. He's talking about Antonelli, of course. He has not been noted. Funnily enough, Lando has been noted on track limits once.
Yeah, you get that bird's eye view. It was around about 5 minutes ago when he went off at turn 5 on lap 42.
Here we go.
Max Verstappen can see in his wing mirrors Charles Leclerc, and he can see how much Leclerc is getting the speed behind him and getting closer to him. And you just get the feeling Max is experienced enough to not hugely fight this, because the more he does fight it, the more that's going to hamper him in keeping these tyres alive in some way, shape or form to the end of the race.
Yeah, it'll need to be done, I think, at the end of the straight with some energy. I think approaching Max will be like approaching a hornet's nest at the moment.
He was 8th, wasn't he, at the end of the first lap after that spin, Max Verstappen. He was down in 16th after he pitted for those tyres. I mean, it will still be a net gain, even if he's caught by George Russell.
We have second strike for track limits, so no more, Kimi. No more.
Well, if it has come through and registered, it hasn't come through and registered on our particular monitor.
The first one has now.
Yeah, okay. Just updating itself.
Yeah. So there must have been one much earlier on in the Grand Prix that's up our screen.
Yeah, you don't want to get that black and white flag and then really be under pressure. Right, here comes Charles Leclerc on Max Verstappen. This is for a podium spot. Charles Leclerc started 3rd in this race. He finished 3rd in the sprints. He finished 3rd in the Japanese Grand Prix. He's looking for 3rd place here. Not going to make the move here. And this is allowing Oscar Piastri currently to start gaining a bit. He's got that gap to about 3 seconds Charles Leclerc. Can Leclerc blast past Verstappen here? Yes, he can. Picked his moment. Charles Leclerc up into third place. Verstappen will try and fight it to no avail. Job done for Charles Leclerc.
Sort of deja vu there, those two in the first corner, because that's how it started, isn't it? And here comes Max back again. You just knew
Wow.
he'd be going back for that. That's how he's been driving all afternoon. Brilliant. Love it.
You'd think the move's done. You'd think, on fresher tyres, Charles Leclerc's been on his for 15 laps less, that move is done there, and Leclerc, is going to blast off into the distance. But that was super from Max Verstappen. But did he use too much boost? And can Leclerc get it back again into turn 11? And that answer might be yes, he can. As Charles Leclerc gets about a car length ahead and just slams the door shut in the face of the Dutchman to try and preserve that third place.
Piastri's right there too now as well. So Max did his best to fend that off, but at the end of the day, his tyres are now 40 laps old.
Yes, that gap between Charles Leclerc and Oscar Piastri just before Leclerc got past Verstappen had pretty much halved. But of course, Piastri has now got to get on terms with Verstappen and pass him. What is it? What the great man said? It's one thing to catch, it's another thing to pass.
Indeed. So Fernando Alonso has been black and white flag last final warning for track limits, which is a bit bizarre. He's a long way down there in 16th place.
He has at least pitted now, to be fair. And look, these downshifts, they don't work, says Kimi Antonelli. And Mercedes just monitoring that as we've got a yellow flag that's just waving very, very briefly on the side of the track. Someone had gone off at turn 17. Piastri is right on the tail of Max Verstappen. And you would imagine down into turn 11, he will want to get that move done so he can keep on his pursuit of Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, Piastri will be on the podium. He needs to quickly dispatch the Red Bull on tyres that probably would not pass an MOT test.
Yeah, he's already lost in the first sector, 6/10 to Charles Leclerc on this lap alone. Here comes Piastri. Active aero is open on both cars. Max Verstappen stays ahead into turn 11. Frustration there from the Aussie, for the Aussie, I'm sure, because there's no way he's going to get past through this particular sector. He's going to have to wait for that back straight. Maybe use up a bit more energy than he really would have liked. But he's almost pushing that Red Bull around turn 16. And he is right now on Verstappen's tail as the active aero opens and the drag is reduced.
Piastri has so much more mechanical grip through the Mickey Mouse section, and that's what's put him into play. And then he'll have to watch out down the pit straight. Verstappen will try to hang it around the outside, but then he needs to squeeze him and take the line. But Verstappen then, will he have any energy? Will he have any power mode to come back at him towards turn 1? He's there. Is he close enough?
Well, he's not quite close enough. And as they put the brakes on, the battery levels get topped up into both cars. And I'm sure Oscar Piastri will be very thankful for that. With another straight line mode coming up now. Watch that Red Bull rear wing. You might not have seen it during the course of this weekend if you're only just tuning in. It flips 180 degrees. It kind of does the Macarena, or the Max-Arena, as they like to call it, down at Red Bull. And it gives you even more, I think, of a gap than the McLaren one. It's phenomenal. There goes the active aero on the McLaren and the Red Bull as well.
I think it's game on now between Piastri and Leclerc for the final step on the podium. And Norris still very much keeping Antonelli inside. Karun.
Yeah, Norris is keeping the pressure on Antonelli, and he's not very comfortable, Antonelli. Martin, I've heard him a few messages on the radio saying, I'm having trouble with downshift. There's something weird going on with this car. It's not a particularly relaxing feeling for him as the reigning world champion bears down. That pressure, sitting still outside the overtake zone at about 1.5 seconds, but not all calm in the Mercedes at the moment.
Interesting stuff.
I would think Bono would be telling him, no, you don't need to share all that information. We can find a better way to let us know what's going on than telling our rivals that we've got potential issues. But if Lando Norris has been saving any performance, we're getting to that phase now where he needs to start delivering it.
4:30 Grand Prix for Fernando Alonso, 2:85 for Sergio Perez, whose teammate, by the way, Valtteri Bottas, starting his 250th Grand Prix this weekend. Congratulations to him. But Alonso is scrap now. Alonso soft tire after pitting just 6 laps ago. And this is 15th place. Aston Martin are on course for a first double car finish of the
You
season.
know,
It's a small crumb of comfort for them, I'm sure, but it will be some crumb of comfort for a team that have been on the back foot, or probably about 10 yards behind it, right from pre-season testing.
Put in perspective how well Antonelli and Norris are going here, they've got a pit stop in their pocket. If they made a pit stop, they'd still come out first and second, just. But that's the margin by which they sort of excelled out front.
And that gap between Antonelli and Norris has grown on this particular lap by about 3/10 of a second. We're on lap 50. George Russell and Max Verstappen will be very close to each other very soon. Talking of getting close, Fernando Alonso and Sergio Perez now on the drag down towards turn 11. Aston Martin hasn't got the straight line speed.
We think back to that pit stop where Mercedes pitted Antonelli first, got him out, and just got out and stayed out ahead of Norris. That was it, wasn't it? And that made the difference.
3.7 seconds stationary for Lando Norris, where one rear tyre was a little bit sticky, as you say, coming off, Martin. That could be the key to this race. Now, an awful lot else has happened, it has to be said. Kimi Antonelli did start from pole before Lando Norris got past him at the start, but yeah, it didn't help, that pit stop. Norris is caught, that is for sure.
But it was the lap, really. It was the extra lap. Ooh, that's a big old slide there from Kimi Antonelli.
Well, he's sliding. George Russell, who was complaining about sliding, is now saying the car feels a bit more together. His fuel's kind of burned down. It's that much lighter now as well. Maybe that's made something of a difference. Max Verstappen, George Russell catching him. Lewis Hamilton with damage on his car from that first lap contact with Colapinto is still in 7th and running in kind of no man's land at the moment, not close to Russell and well ahead of Franco Colapinto in 8th.
Yeah, and now Antonelli's got a back marker or a lap runner between him and Norris, but not anymore as they head down the pit straight. But Norris then again now 2 seconds behind. I don't think he's got an answer. I don't think he's got an answer for Antonelli's ultimate pace out front.
I mentioned Colapinto in 8th just a moment ago. That would equal his best ever Grand Prix result, which he picked up in Baku in 2024.
The next up, there is a chance of light drops.
Nothing you would imagine to really impact on the end of this race.
No, because the track temp is 36. There's quite a lot of warmth out there. The tyres are nicely warm, so it'll take more than a few light drops, I think, to slow these things down.
Let's head down to you.
Yeah, good point you make about Franco Colapinto. He has had an 8th just one before, so this would equal, as you say, Crofty, his best result. Good potential double points finish for Williams, which is much more than they thought they were going to get coming into this weekend. So great stuff. Sainz and Albon have managed to get a result ahead of the Haas of Ollie Behrman, who's just dropped off the back of them by 6 or so seconds. So Haas losing some performance. Lewis Hamilton's been 7th more or less the whole race. So if he's asking how I'm 7th, it's been a lonely race with damage to his car. He's just been there or thereabouts. And finally on the rain, Crofty, you heard that radio message. There might be the odd little drop of rain in the next few laps, but the bulk of the rain isn't coming until 5 p.m. local, which would have been an hour into the original start time. So if the organisers and the FIA were trying to keep everyone safe and dry and avoid a wet race, then they made the right decision by bringing it forward by 3 hours.
Yeah, absolutely the correct call. And thank you for joining us and switching on 3 hours earlier than originally intended. And commiserations to our amazing crew here at Sky Sports, who look like, Martin, they might be packing up in the rain this evening.
Yeah, the D-Rig gangs in the paddock have got plenty on, haven't they? Everything, obviously, a lot of stuff will head up to Montreal for the next Grand Prix. But meanwhile, we've still got these last 4 laps, 5 laps, including this one, actually. And as I said, Lando Norris has got anything in his pocket. He's got to start delivering it, but I can't see it. We haven't seen any signs of it, have we? That he can do anything other than match Antonelli out front.
of that top five, it is worth reminding you, or telling you for the first time if you're only just tuning in, Max Verstappen does have to go and see the stewards after this race for an infringement that could be crossing the line at the end of the pit lane. Did his tyre make contact or cross over the white line where you're not allowed to on the left-hand side? And the stewards have decided they actually want to talk about it after the race rather than during the race and look at whatever pictures they've got. That could be a 5-second penalty coming Verstappen's way. It would drop him down into sixth, even if George Russell can't catch him. Stewards can give a 10-second penalty, but probably not for that, to be honest. But it's just worth having in the back of your mind for the man who spun around on the opening corner. He's been putting the spin to good use and making his way back through the field. And I have to say, 46 laps on that hard compound tyre. And to go to the end and be, 49 laps? That will be a pretty super effort on one set of tyres.
Russell's right on the back of Verstappen now. George Russell's just done a personal best. There is the Red Bull in front of him saying, my car suddenly feels better. And he's proving that with the lap time. So a really good chance then for him to sneak a fifth place here.
It was 7 points, wasn't it? The gap between George Russell and Kimi Antonelli coming into this race at the top. 24 points, almost a race victory when we get to Canada, which is another sprint race weekend.
Unless George passes Max, of course, or Max that pit lane line thing.
Driver of the day vote closes in 2 laps. Max Verstappen leading that vote at the moment and has the advantage over George Russell. For how much longer? Meanwhile, we watch this battle. Oscar Piastri has got a lot closer to Charles Leclerc. It's just over a second, that gap currently, and that might be going all the way to the line as well. Has Piastri just got a bit more pace to make a lunge on the final lap of this race? Kimi Antonelli now lapping in the 131s, and he's the only driver doing that currently as he extends his lead over Lando Norris. Here comes George Russell on Max Verstappen. Verstappen moves over to the insides. George Russell was tentatively looking at a move there. Might just think better of it, does think better of it, just gets caught behind that rear wing of the Red Bull, loses a bit of downforce as a result. He's still got the power, though, to get on the throttle and make his way towards turn 1, almost alongside the Red Bull. Max Verstappen holding up George Russell here and doing a mighty fine job of it. But Russell's now got the opportunity to come back at him on the next stretch.
I think Russell's got a problem right front.
He has got a problem. Look,
damage, yeah.
Yeah, he's got front wing damage. It's scraping along on the ground. He got very close to Verstappen. Couldn't see that they touched, but there's definitely.
It flips up when he gets to a certain speed.
Yeah, when he gets on the throttle, front wing goes down and it starts scraping along the floor.
And he gets to a certain speed and it flips back up again, whatever it is.
So that's not going to help George Russell whatsoever. But I said Piastri was catching Charles Leclerc. I wonder if Leclerc's tyres are going off a touch, because he's now got tyres that have done 33 laps. That's 7 laps more than Oscar Piastri's had. Piastri could still yet take a podium spot while we watch that at the end of the back straight. Coming onto the back straight, Russell still catching Verstappen.
Yeah, very much so. It's not slowed Russell down too much. So he's right behind him. And in fact, now I think he's moved ahead of him. But let's see what Max does on the brakes. We're not watching it. I'm watching it on the driver tracker. Max back in front again.
Yeah, we just, there he goes. Max Verstappen, 2 laps to go here. Piastri can't quite get past Charles Leclerc into the hairpin, but he's got a chance down towards George Russell. He's gaining on Max Verstappen.
Piastri creeping up on Leclerc. On podium, we'll see how it goes.
It is still Verstappen ahead. Out in front, gap is 3 seconds on the penultimate lap of this race. Antonelli is getting ready to celebrate again.
We see a problem with the rear wing dropping out. Just be careful of it.
That is one of the reasons then why that gap has suddenly got ever more so. Here comes Oscar Piastri on Charles Leclerc. Into the next left-hander we go. Turn 11. Charles Leclerc goes deep. Piastri can't force his way past. And now it's single file for the next few corners. Lap 56 of 57. George Russell and Max Verstappen separated by just a car length. Grand Slam finish here for a Grand Slam champion who's got the checker flag in his hand. Rafa Nadal, Kimi Antonelli, who's a great tennis fan, is out in front and getting ready to receive that at the end of this lap. But behind him, into the podium places, goes Oscar Piastri. He's got ahead of Charles Leclerc. Leaders on the final lap. Piastri will start the final lap in third place, and it could be McLaren 2-3 here.
Oh, and Leclerc got a massive oversteer coming out of turn 17 and 18, and that's taken away any chance to come back at Piastri down into the first corner. And that looks then like Piastri has that podium position quite comfortable at the moment, but he's still got to complete this lap.
Oh, and Charles Leclerc has spun around and is out of this race. George Russell.
No, he has
got it going. George Russell is ahead of Max Verstappen. How did Charles Leclerc not hit the barriers there? That is a save of the century, but he might still be out of this race because he looks like he's got a problem letting Arvid Lindblad just go past one of the back markers. While this is happening, our race leader making his way down the back straight and has got 3 more corners to go to celebrate his third victory in a Grand Prix in Formula One. He took his third pole position in a row here, and he's going to convert it into victory. Didn't start particularly well, Kimi Antonelli. He's going to finish it in spectacular style, though. Once, twice, 3 times the Grand Prix winner. Kimi Antonelli wins the Miami Grand Prix.
Kimi
And for the first time ever,
Yeah.
the driver takes his first 3 poles in succession and converts them into Grand Prix victories in succession. History made here in Miami. Lando Norris takes second place for McLaren. Piastri ahead of Leclerc. George Russell is behind Charles Leclerc and gaining on him down that back straight. So Piastri crosses the line now to complete the podium places. We're on board with George Russell, who's up into 4th place. Charles Leclerc on the inside trying to fight that one. Max Verstappen right behind Charles Leclerc. These 3 cars are going to be separated by about 6 car lengths at the line. Russell, front wing dragging on the ground. And Max Verstappen gets
He was
Russell
third,
ahead
almost
in 4th
third.
place of Verstappen and 5th, the McLaren
So
6th.
Because Leclerc did actually hit the wall and recovered, so he's got car damage, suspension damage. No, that's why it's such an appalling last lap.
Gets in there, Kimi. Had to work for that one today, mate. But what a great drive.
Yeah! Woo! Man, what a race! What a race, man! Woo! Oh my God!
Very exciting.
Oh, that is jubilation once more for Kimi Antonelli. His dad is here again. He runs a racing team. He knows a thing or two about winning, and his son is finding that winning feeling in Formula One. That is for sure. Lewis Hamilton comes home to take 7th place. Franco Colapinto 8th, equaling his best result in Formula One. Then Sainz, then Albon. That's the top 10. This is what happened to Charles Leclerc. How did he avoid a race-ending accident? Well, he avoided it by making contact with the wall with his front left tyre, not the rear wing.
So he's damaged. You can see his left rear is damaged a little bit, and that's compromised him. So basically, it started like because the tyre's a bit older, they just wouldn't come back, would it? Just caught him out. They got to that sort of point of no return, and getting over the line. Then
Made contact with George Russell as well. Russell's finished the race with a damaged car. Max Verstappen might have had a bit of a damaged car because he's made contact earlier. Charles Leclerc's definitely got a damaged car, and that's how the 3 of them crossed the line. Wow, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
That's a cracking race, wasn't it? I enjoyed that race. Lando's.
What will Lando think of it?
Yeah, well done. How did we not win this? We should have won. Good try, good effort. Nice to see the progress. Yeah, well done. Let's keep pushing, guys. We can get back to winning. We can make it easier for ourselves. Thank you very much.
So there was, 1.8 seconds, I believe, between Lando Norris and Kimi Antonelli. Mercedes went for the undercut, pitted first, and as a combination of his driving.
Yeah, Tosca, well done. That is a really well-deserved podium. P3, amazing. Yeah, that was down to the wire. Well done, everybody. Yeah, good race.
Yeah, 3rd from 7th, not bad at all for Piastri. So it's a combination of Antonelli's driving and a stop for McLaren. Things flipped round a little bit, and Norris didn't have the answer to try and get past. Can you understand why he would be very frustrated with that result?
Yeah, obviously they lost out in the pit stop and they lost track position, and that's why that was like, hang on, we were fast enough. We won the sprint. We were fast enough to win this race. We haven't won it, and he's not happy. But if he was happy, he'd be worried.
That man's happy. Well, both of them are. To be fair, it's another victory. Kimi Antonelli extending his advantage at the top. George Russell picking up a couple of places then in the last couple of laps. And that will certainly help him. 12 points he scored. He was looking at 8 points at one stage.
That's cool.
Charles Leclerc limping
Looks like he might be the world champion.
superbly well to finish this race. And he is doing superbly well. Race after race after race. The first lap he led of this race was his 100th Grand Prix lap led. And he put a few more in after that. As once again he dives into the racing arms of his teammates and gets a big hug from Dan too. It's not like we've been short of compliments for Kimi Antonelli so far in his racing career. We're going to have to find a few more.
Yeah, he's just growing in stature, growing in confidence, isn't he? And he's keeping his head with a lot of help, I think, from Uncle Bono on his radio. What a combination they're turning out to be as well. Just you could sort of hear there were points there where Kimi's getting a bit overexcited about gear shift paddles and tyre temperatures and all that, and just kept in all. But he's got such raw speed, and he's got a lot of car control. You see, he's very happy if the car. Not happy that it's moving around, but he can handle the car moving around. That's a really key skill that not many drivers can, especially cars this powerful, can tolerate that sort of movement.
Damon Hill, Mika Hakkinen, Kimi Antonelli, the only driver to win their first 3 Grand Prix consecutively. Ayrton Senna, Michael Schumacher, Kimi Antonelli, the only drivers to take their first 3 poles consecutively. Kimi Antonelli, the first driver ever to take his first 3 career wins consecutively from his first 3 career poles. He's in the record books already, and not just for being the youngest to do something.
Yeah, exactly. That's quite the list to join, isn't it? And he did it in style. He's won all. I mean, he got a bit lucky. Let's be honest. He got lucky in Japan with the safety car, but his pace when he did get the lead there was absolutely mighty, and it was again today. And that's a big statement for Mercedes to win that Grand Prix.
Certainly is. Mercedes win in Miami for the first time, and for the first time here in Miami, somebody wins from the front row as well. That's something I think this weekend.
Wow, it's kind of I need to see some highlights of all the things that went on in that Grand Prix from turn 2, wasn't it? Really, when Max went around and.
Sergio Perez down there in Park Fermi, Franco Colapinto as well. A good race for him.
Ferrari 6th and 7th, that's going to hurt, isn't it?
It should have been more for Charles Leclerc. He got past, but then trying to force the issue back again. Just too much power. And that big spin. Now, George Russell has been noted, just to let you know, and the stewards are having a look at George Russell down at the hairpin at turn 17 for moving under braking. You're not allowed to move in the braking zone. Did he do that when he was trying to protect that 4th place with Verstappen and Charles Leclerc all around him? Maybe Karun will have a look at that on the sky pad a bit.
I think it was when he was probably taking the 4th place,
yeah.
wasn't it? And then defending it as he's making that move. Let's see.
It's a hot one here today.
Well, it didn't rain, did it?
It just did for Kimi Antonelli there, but no, not from the skies. That is for sure. So the stewards are going to have a look at that. Max Verstappen will be investigated for crossing the white line at the end of the pit lane. Jenson Button is down in Park Fermi with 2 McLarens and a Mercedes.
Welcome to Miami, Kimi. I mean, that was a masterclass. They didn't make it easy for you. There was a lot of great fighting out there, and especially with turn 1, you came through at the end with a really strong victories and a great last stint.
Yeah, I mean, that was not as bad as yesterday. It was a little bit better. I didn't expect Tart to break that early, so to avoid him, obviously I locked up, and then I was a bit lucky with how, with what happened then in turn two. And then I did a little mistake with the energy management, trying to overtake Tart, and then I lost the place to Lando, but then the pace was strong. I was able to stay close, and then the team did a great strategy. We did a massive undercut, and then we managed to bring it home, even though it was not easy.
I know you were thinking about this moment in time, but today you made history. The first driver to win his first three Grand Prix from pole position. And you're only 19. I mean, it's so impressive.
Thank you, thank you. I mean, this is just the beginning. The road is still long, but we're working super hard, and the team is doing an incredible job. And without them, I wouldn't be here. So mainly thanks to them, to my family, and yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this one and then get back to work because Canada is in 2 weeks' time.
Well, congratulations and take a nice rest.
Thank you.
For the next one. Cheers,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Lando, the first stint looked amazing. Great fighting out there with Charles and Kimi. And it looked really good on the medium tire. And then on the hard, the pace didn't seem quite as good. And maybe the pit stop was quite an important one.
I mean, a mixed bag, really. We just got undercut. There's no excuses other than that. We got undercut. We should have boxed first. Kimi did a good job. Hats off to Merck and Kimi. They drove a good race. Easy to make mistakes out there with the big braking zones and with these cars, but he didn't make any big enough for me to capitalize on. So I have to be happy. I think as a team, we have to be happy. I'm gutted to miss out on a win. Here in Miami, I think it was possible today, but yeah, not the pace to get back past him in the end. So we take it on the chin, but still a positive weekend altogether.
Good. Yeah, there's the racing out there looked great from the outside. How was it racing wheel to wheel out there? Do you feel a good improvement from yourselves, but also from Formula One as a whole?
So. It was still good. I still enjoyed the racing, honestly. Things have improved. Some things are the same. But today was still about who could make the least mistakes, who could push in the correct areas. And it looked good, I guess. If you guys enjoyed it, then I'm very happy, So it was tough. You still have to be, you have to be tactical with how you use the battery. You can easily just get caught up in the wrong kind of running of things and get caught out badly. But other than that, I feel like I did a good job and the team did a good job all weekend. So I have to be proud of everyone.
Progress. Good man.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Oscar, we didn't really see that much of you on the screens initially, but a great fight through in the end. It looked like, after Suzuka, where you were so strong at the start of the race, it's been a bit of a trickier weekend, especially qualifying. But you came through the end and picked up a great podium there.
Yeah, definitely. It's not been the most straightforward of weekends. I think, qualifying yesterday was a bit messy for both of us, but the pace seemed more encouraging again today, and had to make a few overtakes. Obviously, the end of the race is a pretty late charge, but just very, very tricky around here, especially in these conditions. So thanks to the team. Clearly we were a step closer in performance once again. So nice to see.
It must be promising to see, obviously, Lando doing a good job this weekend and seeing yourself get so much closer to the Mercedes. Obviously, the sprint race, you were in front of them. So you must have a positive attitude moving forward to Canada.
Yeah, definitely. I think this weekend we showed that if we get track position, we can hang on to things well. We were close in Japan, but we've definitely taken a step forward, and hopefully in Canada we can take another step forward again. So excited for the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, and your winner this afternoon, Kimi Antonelli. With Jensen Button down in Parc Ferme. Meanwhile, a few moments ago, in the pit lane, Ted Kravitz caught up with the team principal at McLaren, Andrea Stella.
Well, Andrea, well done. It's a double podium. So you've ended the weekend with a sprint 1-2 and a 2-3. Would you have taken that before the weekend?
100%. 100%. We don't have to forget where we come from. We come from a relatively difficult start of the season. We reacted. We always said internally, irrespectively of where we are at the start, we know what we are capable of. So I think we have demonstrated big thank you to the team for the hard work that led us to delivering all the upgrades in various areas of the car. They have made us competitive. Well done. They made us competitive, and when it's so close, then it's a matter of execution. Sometimes it's a matter of details. I think Mercedes, they still have a little bit of advantage on us, but it's good to be there, and the championship is still very long.
I'm sure you heard Lando on the radio like we heard, saying
All
they
right.
could have won it.
That's
Is
not
there
five.
anything
Keep
from
on.
a point of view
Nah,
that
the
maybe you were
second.
being a bit
Also third.
conservative, maybe with an eye on the weather? Let Kimi pit first, and with a great outlap, he closed the race
Take care, bro.
and paid the lead.
We had a good time.
Summarize it well. We had an
Don't
opportunity
go
to win
anyways.
100%.
Alright.
We were chased by a car that was a little bit faster than
Have
us.
fun.
We were monitoring the weather at the same time. And is
Chuck.
we lost a little bit of time in the
Okay, express. The back and
we
credit.
could have done better, but we
Okay.
are very happy. We
Alright,
take all
everyone
the
take
possible
care.
out of the
Remember,
weekend. We are
love what you
there.
love.
There's some
You
new
what you
stuff
do.
coming
So
for the
just
coming
remember that.
races. So
And everything we do.
exciting time ahead.
Nah.